All right, Steph. So as we get started with this, I am so incredibly excited about the growth I'm seeing in spirituality right now. Everywhere I look, more people are turning into their intuition, exploring rituals, pulling cards, working with energy, checking into astrology, and realizing what Steph and I say all the time, which is everybody's psychic and everyone has intuitive abilities, and it's designed just for you to help you live your best life. But I've got to be real. Something I heard this week made me so mad. A popular podcast was making fun of people buying spells and rituals and tarot reading in a condescending, better than now tone. They were calling it entertainment and dismissing it like it was fun and games. And listen, I've had it. This is not parlor tricks. These are truly sacred practices that have been honored across cultures and lineages for centuries. They're not just aesthetic, and they're doorways to transformation for real.
Oh my God. I so agree. And let's be honest, there is a wave of spiritual shopping happening right now. Crystals, oils, spell kits, rituals in a box. I mean, a lot of it to get rid of you know who or to clean up our clean
Right?
up our political environment, but it's not bad. And it's because here's the thing, people are longing. They're just searching for hope, control, alignment. It's a sense of power in our own lives. And those longings are sacred. And that's really where magic begins. So, welcome to this week's High Heels to Happy Feels, folks. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Natalie.
Today, we're going to be talking about the power and purpose of spiritual shopping, where you are the magic.
All right, so let's break it down since we've opened the topic for the week.
Yeah.
Spiritual shopping isn't automatically bad. You mentioned that because I love a beautiful candle or a deck or a new crystal that calls my name. These are tools, and they are tools that can anchor you and remind you and support you. But they are not the magic. You are the magic. Buying tools without doing the inner work is like buying running shoes and never taking a step,
That's so true.
right? Because you've got the gear, but you're not training the muscle. And the muscle in this case is your intuition and your psychic abilities and your soul's alignment.
Oh my God. And here's where I get fierce because if you need help and you buy a spell in a box, a ritual that's off the rack, right, so to speak, or your candles are as part of a kit, and it aligns with your intention, don't let anyone else tell you it doesn't count.
Exactly.
Don't let anyone define that or who you are or how you bend your own energy and what you do there. If this sparks your soul to buy those, and I have hundreds of crystals and candles and tarot decks I've only got in the 20s. But the power isn't in the packaging. The power is in how you show up and how you're using those tools. It's because you're aiming your energy, right? And it's how you explode your magic into the scene of really your own life.
Well, and even if you do, because I know the specific thing that came up was like Etsy. Apparently, they're selling spells on Etsy.
Right.
If you
And
need
you
that
can buy
kind of,
voodoo dolls too. There's
well,
voodoo
and voodoo,
dolls and there's spells and there's all these things
right.
you get. Yeah.
But okay, so you find somebody who's a reputable dealer because yeah, you don't want to go look at something and be like, yeah, they created that on Chat GPT and they're selling it as their own spell. If you find somebody who's reputable who put that energy into that spell, put the intention that they're selling it under, I do not see a problem with using a witch or a magician or like whomever created that for you. If you align to that and they give you the tools to execute it the way they intended, I think that's beautiful. I think that's sharing. Anyway, sorry.
I agree. I completely agree. And sprays. I mean, we've got
Yeah,
members in our group that have the most beautiful sprays and art and different things. And uh, why wouldn't you support that? Why wouldn't you go out and buy those things and do those things? It's a community. And not everybody has the time to work in spells or to go out and buy the particular herbs that are needed or oils that are needed or, this candle, this crystal, whatever it might be. Why not? Why
right.
don't you support
And
that?
maybe you don't understand it yet, and that's okay too. use people who can help you understand it while you learn.
Right. It's like an astrology, right? If you're going to somebody to have your chart read, if you were coming to us to read your chart because you don't understand it yourself, that
Right.
that's the whole thing, right? You're going to an expert in the field to get the tools you need. And those tools are representative of the intuition. So it's all works together for you. But anyway,
Well,
I
and
digress.
speaking of the astrology of this week, so why don't you take us down that path? Because I'd like to know.
Okay, I can do that. So, it's really relevant for this week too, because the theme for the 28th of October, right, which is tomorrow as we're recording this, through October 4th, it's really about a deep internal transformation because the cosmos isn't asking us for big external moves. It's really asking us to shed our old skin, let go of stories that don't belong to us, that aren't ours, and step into a truer version of ourselves. And isn't that what we're really talking about here? I mean, that's why the whole is it real or is it isn't conversation around rituals and spells. It hits us so differently this week. We start with the tension, which is Sagittarius squaring Saturn and the North Node, which is retrograde, which can make you feel like your personal truth is colliding with someone else's expectations.
So I have to step in because today's energy, the card of the day, was
Yeah.
all about like stepping into the fire of who you are, of your truth, and letting go of the sides and letting go of all of the things that you've been told you are, and kind of getting in with the flow. So it's just
And
crazy
of course
how
it
things
is.
how things align.
Right? Because that's the energy. That's the energy being told. It's
Right,
all the same
right.
thing because we're constantly being told that your magic isn't valid. Yes, it is. So by Monday, it's great because the moon's moving into Capricorn and into that first quarter moon. So that's the invitation to say, I'm building this on my terms. I'm creating my foundation and it's real because it's mine. Awesome. And then
Yeah, absolutely. Like
right?
that.
I'm like, yep, mine, mine.
I can already feel the card of tomorrow's card is already going to be like a replicable because it sounds like Monday that we're really going to be like standing in that power going, all right, now I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I think tomorrow is really going to be kind of a sleeper, kind of a okay, wind down. Don't,
That could be.
this is water off a duck's back day is how I'm thinking of it in
And
terms
it
of
should be. After
yeah,
today's energy, like we've been doing this for a couple years, externally on a thing, and I've never felt energy like so profound than I did today. It was crazy.
that's so cool. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So midweek,
Midweek.
tell us about midweek. Yeah.
Yeah, Aquarius. So we're Aquarius energy is going to step in. So we conjunct Pluto retrograde, powerful transformation, right? So it's like ripping away the mask and it telling you, I don't believe that anymore. I don't need your definition of real. It's so
Wow.
powerful
It is incredible. Like,
because it's permission. It's permission to claim your own soul's truth, right? Isn't that what we all want? By the weekend, the Pisces energy is going to soften it all up for us. Pisces, remember, is all about intuition and compassion and you're going to surrender a little. It's a reminder of what really matters isn't what someone else says about your ritual, about you. It's about you. It's about how you feel. It's about how you connect, how your soul lights up when you step into your own magic. So, yeah, the astrology this week is literally backing up everything that we're saying that made us hot from that podcast. And don't get me wrong, I love those girls 90% of the time, but I'm with you. I was pissed when I'm hearing things like, "Oh, isn't that kind of cute?" kind of thing. They bought a spell on Etsy. It's like, you know what? F you. That
well, yeah,
is saying
it was the
something that resonates.
condescending tone. And once a month,
Right.
I just am not aligned with them. Most of the time, I'm okay. I mean, they can be like one in
Right.
particular
But
is a little more
but
condescending than the other, but I can normally handle it. But then this time I was like, oh no, you're stepping out of your lane.
yeah, you're
The
out of
thing
your
that
lane.
you shouldn't speak to.
Yep. And this is like a reminder for both of us, right? We got to let go of the noise
Right.
and claim the authenticity, trust the inner compass, because that's exactly where we're headed. And that's what the week is all about. So yeah, so this is my week of okay, hold my whatever I'm drinking and watch this.
Well, and so I want to pause here because, in fairness, I know that some of you, including me years ago, well, and even sometimes now, get embarrassed or ashamed about your practices. So, like, that somebody walks in and rolls their eyes at you, or they roll their eyes at your altar, your whatever thing you're representing with magic, or with your intuition, or your psychic abilities, or they mock your tarot deck, or they told you that your ritual is silly. And
They
that
roll
kind
their eyes.
yeah,
I
it's
love
and
the eye roll, right? When you say what you're doing or you say something, then you get that, oh, you're one of those. Yeah.
right. As you, when I'm talking to somebody, I was like, well, my spirit guides, and they just look at me. And I'm like, okay, we're already lost in the conversation. And it's hard, it stings, it does. And it is horrible and it can make you want to hide your abilities. But really the truth is if your ritual connects you to your soul, if it grounds you, if it lights you up and it lights your psychic senses, because we are all psychic, I will repeat that again and again, then it's powerful because your practices do not need anybody else's approval. And those shadows of doubt only have power when you give it to them. So I'm asking you through this podcast today, do not give doubt power.
I love that. And it's so true. You can't, you know, everything shifts when you come into those realities, and they are realities as to the gift that everyone has. It's everyone's gift to possess in a capacity, in whatever capacity that is. And when you come across people that aren't open yet to that, number one, I almost feel bad for them. I mean, really just kind of look at them and, you don't have to roll your eyes or do anything, but they're the silly ones because they don't get it. They're not there yet. And don't we feel bad for you? That's how I'm trying to look at this now going forward, is to remind myself that no, we're not the silly ones. The silly ones are the ones that haven't opened that door yet to really explore their own intuition and their own abilities.
Well, anybody who stands in their righteousness saying that another person is wrong just irritates the hell out of me.
Truth.
Like, you know, our senses, these abilities are all given to us. It's like somebody, all of us coming down and saying, you know, the smell, taste, all of that, we have those senses. It's just another sense that we've been taught to ignore. But quit making fun of other people for because of things you don't understand. Like, anyway. Okay,
I
so
so agree. Yeah.
I'm gonna go a little off. I'm pulling it back in. So I'm gonna talk about like the spiritual buying because when you were talking earlier about the astrology, I was thinking about all of the different things that have happened in my life where people have really spiritually bought into something and why it works and why it doesn't and why it doesn't feel like it doesn't work. Because like I had a client and they had bought all the crystals, all the candles, but they kept coming to our sessions. I was mentoring her at the time, telling me nothing is working. And when we started finally unpacking it, she realized that she was waiting for something to fix her. She was waiting for the special candle or the special crystal or the special mala beads, like all of the things that you can buy and hold and obtain. But the breakthrough actually for her came when she used it as a mirror and asked, like, where am I getting lit up in this? And that's when her magic started working. And her magic being um, the feeling of connection, the feeling of that intuition, that feeling of the aha moments. And it's like all of that started opening up when she started looking inwards. And I have been there too, when, you know, I think if I just had the right deck or the right book or the right course, then I'd finally feel confident. And there's lots of times when I don't feel confident. I have done hundreds of readings at this point, and there's times when I step into it, I'm like, can I really do this? Of course,
Right.
it gets let go pretty quickly, but it's that imposter syndrome and all of those things. And a crystal's not going to me buying a crystal because someone said crystals work is not going to fix the situation. But there are now crystals that I hold that I feel empowered by. Like, you know what I mean?
I totally know what you mean because it's the ones that resonate with you. And I get it because I mean, we've done the same thing, right? That why do you think we all have so many books and so many tarot decks and oracle decks and because in the beginning it's like this one will do it for me, this one will do it for me, this one. And then I look and they were the ones that I don't even love all that much, but somebody said that this would work years ago. And you kind of look at that one and it's been sitting collecting dust for a long time and I go, I know I need to gift it to somebody at the right time because it's not for me. But at the time, it's a fix, right? You think this is going to do it. This is going to make that connection for me in tarot. And for me, it was my all lights came in when it was all around astrology. How
right?
fast can I learn? What kind of apps can I get? What kind of books can I buy? What's the first course? And then it's like, okay, you just need to do it. And once I just did it with my chart and my information and just starting to really come, really dive into that, it fell together. Then it was like, oh, all right, this is starting to make sense. But it had to be for me and it had to be using my intuition. And that's the same thing. You surround yourself with the beautiful things that make you feel good, that empower you. But remember that inward, you have what you need. Those are tools for you to use to help develop, right? And to go wherever you want to go. Um,
Yeah.
but they're powerful tools. I mean, they can be incredibly powerful. The right spell can make you feel so good and so empowered. And to everybody else, it's words and it's herbs and it's whatever, and they just are like, that's interesting. For you, it's magic.
Well, and while you were talking, I just remember in our youth, like we were addicted to buying things because people told us how you feel. Because when you first are starting to take the spiritual path, or you're first starting to open your intuition or into your psychic abilities, or starting to understand the things around you, and you realize it's so much bigger than what you're even experiencing, and so many things that you can do and stretch into and become and like really connect and like you get addicted and they're like, well, this crystal or this book, and you just start buying it
Buy
up
it all. It's
and it may not
so
even
many
be for
things.
you.
Right. It's
Yeah,
overwhelming. And then
it
pretty
is.
soon, I mean, and honestly, those kind of addictions and what, you think of hobbies for others, uh, they'll break you because pretty soon, where are you going to put all these books? Where are you going to put all the crystals? Where are you going to put everything? I mean, now it's like, unless you have a purpose for it,
Well,
really,
and it was always so disappointing. Like a lot of my stuff, I let go. I've let go of tons of stuff over the years,
oh,
things
me
that don't
too.
resonate with
And
me
the
anymore.
giving it away and whatever.
Right.
And
You
then
give it to
rebuilt,
somebody who
but
it
rebuilt
resonates
for, but we rebuilt it for us. We rebuilt what we wanted
with.
and
Right.
what we want, what we wanted to see from it. Yeah.
Well, and it was so disappointing though, because this was back in our early 20s that I couldn't talk to my grandma when I lit that candle.
Yeah.
And the promises, and then it's like something's wrong with me.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean that's another whole slippery slope that we can slide into. That was a lot of S's. Anyway, so I'm gonna back out of that, but just buy what resonates, and if it works for you, like Steph said, everything you've got is on the inside.
I agree. I think there's just so much there. And I think, didn't you write down kind of something from our soul lead for a little
Yeah, 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 yeah.
ritual we can use? That I mean, we can turn it into a ritual a little bit too, but we'll talk about that. But I want you to talk a little bit about the whisper method.
Yeah, so we have the whisper method, which immersive spirit is super about soul led, and that's everything that you can do, understanding the energies around you so your life is a little easier. And then on top of that, listening to your intuition that helps you get in touch with your soul. But anyway, our it's a whisper method. I want you to sit quietly just for 2 minutes and ask your soul, literally ask your soul, what do I need to know right now? And I want you to write down the first three impressions, whether that's a word, an image, a memory, a feeling, a knowing, um, a taste, anything that comes up. Do not filter it and do not judge it. Those are just your whispers, and that's your intuition. and then take one of them and act on it.
Yeah. And it gives me goosebumps because it's listening to yourself and make it a ritual. If it's something that you want to empower even further or make it ritualistic, light a candle. And as you're writing those down, speak, write your three whispers down on the paper, but speak them into the flame. Honor those, right? Give them intent. And then let that flame just burn for 10 minutes. And, I will say snuff it out, don't blow it out. You don't want to blow out your intentions. But if you have the opportunity to let that candle burn, let it burn. And if you feel like those intentions are things you want to just release to the universe, then let those burn safely, of course, right?
Right. When you're burning paper, always burn in a safe area.
Always in a safe environment, right? Every single time you're burning anything, please, 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 you're playing with fire. But the act is telling your team, it's telling your spirit, it's telling yourself that you're honoring yourself, that I hear myself, I trust in my higher power, in my spirit team, and I'm moving forward. And that's how your psychic ability is growing. That's how your intuition grows. It's not going to be some lightning bolt. It's not from the perfect thing that you've just purchased, but it's acting on those daily acts of trust.
And that is such a big deal.
Oh, yeah,
Um, every mentor that we've worked with it is all about the trust and all
always.
about listening. So it is a powerful thing that you can do for yourself. So I really do we want you to do that today. But if you're also thinking, okay, I want to go deeper with this. I don't want to dabble. I want to really develop my abilities. And that's exactly why we created a couple free tools. There's five of them. I think there is five. They're self-paced workbooks and videos that help you hear your intuition more clearly, or sharpen your psychic senses, or ground your energy, or build your daily practices so they'll actually stick with you and trust your soul whispers with confidence.
Yep. And it's awesome. There are soul pillars and they are free, right? Super easy to get started. And if you really want to go into a deeper dive, you've read this, you've seen the soul pillars, you've downloaded it, you've done our worksheets that go with that because it is free and there's a lot of workbooks there. But you've dug into that piece of it and you want to get more. You want to learn more. You're ready to dive deeper into yourself. We have Living Your Soul. And that's going to take you through 5 layers and a lot more homework, let's be honest, because we like people to dig and reflect. And some of that is shadow-esque because you're digging into yourself. The best way to find out where your soul resonates and where things are for you, where things are the most heartfelt, is when you dig into exploring yourself. It's a full system. This program is that we use to help people. And we're reframing it, rebuilding it, and it'll be released this next week. We know we kept promising that, but we're almost done, and it's just got some final touches on it. And then we'll follow that with a secondary program that will go even deeper beyond Living Your Soul called iOS, but we'll talk more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's your challenge for this week. Do the three whisper method, but don't just do it once. I want you to do it every day.
Yeah.
And write your three impressions and choose one and act on it and let your soul lead you one decision at a time. And I don't want you to get like, this is not a performative thing. This is not meditate for 25 minutes and then listen to what comes to you. Your spirit team is going to meet you where you are. If you tell them, I'm going to do this, I just need your help, bring those three impressions to me, and you do it daily, that builds trust.
So true, because no matter what you've bought, no matter where you've started, the truth is this. You're intuitive, you're psychic, you are the magic. So don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And I think that was really the point we wanted to drive home for this week, correct?
Yes, everybody is super magic. They are wonderful. They don't need tools. They can buy tools without um, anybody saying that they can't or that it's not valuable because what you do for yourself, for your magic, is valuable.
Yep. Whether it's buying something on Amazon because it's really cool, whether it's buying and supporting someone on Etsy or another platform, whatever that might be, If it's helping you to grow and you to develop and you with your intuition and doing that, then you go for it and go do it. And don't let anybody else tell you otherwise.
Go forth and spend and get the help you need.
Yes. Yahoo! All right. We will have Living Your Soul published later this week. It is a larger program, so but we will be offering a good discount to get everybody started and ramped up. But in the interim, head to living immersivespiritliving.com first and grab those 4 free soul pillars, right? It's our toolkit. It's the 5 free tools, but there's the 4 soul pillars within those toolkits. So you're really, and then your map. So
Yeah, getting to know your pillars is really important because those are the foundation to how you live your life. And understanding their energies is like understanding any of the other energies that are around, numerology, astrology, like all of that stuff. It's foundational.
yep, it's all part of the foundation. You got to put the foundation in, folks, before you can build the house. You got to. So build your foundation and then build up from there. And that's it for now.
Yeah, we're gonna keep talking if we keep
We'll
going.
just keep talking because
All
this one
right.
did kind of piss us off. So we'll just say goodbye. And all of the links will be in our show description. We will see you again next week. So from high heels to happy feels, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Natalie.
See you again soon. Bye bye.